Hey, radio family, we've got a new way to win. Ace TJ Prime Rewards. Win great stuff like gift cards, Ace and TJ merch, concert tickets, and exclusive money can't buy experiences. Win it all with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. It's so easy. Download the Ace and TJ Family app in your app store or at acetj.com/app and start winning with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. New winners every week. Fun and free. Get the app and play Ace TJ Prime Rewards. We always knew you were a winner. Now it's your chance to prove it. Get the app today.
If it's trending, it's here now. This is Now Trending with Riggins on the Ace and TJ Show.
So everybody is waking up this morning to a couple of things. There has been an escalation in the on-campus drama, opposing protesting groups fighting it out on campuses from NYU to the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, Columbia, certainly. And it's ugly. I mean, the videos from the helicopters above are just beyond.
So they arrested 100 protesters yesterday at Columbia University and CCNY, City College of New York. UCLA, they had a clash, like fireworks were being thrown and people were fighting between pro-Israel and pro-Palestinian protesters. And correct me if I'm wrong, at the University of North Carolina, they were going to take down and burn the American flag, but a group of students blocked that and there was a clash. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's one of your most celebrated Marxist institutions, University of North Carolina.
Which kind of,
in my opinion,
but
yes.
Yet they stopped them from taking down the American flag and burning it. That's very positive.
But the fact that they had the anti-American Marxist pro-terrorist protesters there to begin with, they felt safe to do that on their campus. Yeah. Tells you what it's about.
But since April 18th, I saw this morning, since April 18th, more than 1,000 people have been arrested on more than 25 campuses across 21 states.
Yeah,
so since April 18th, over 1,000 people have been arrested, and that number's only going to climb. Because I think that this is kind of coming to the end. They're trying to crack down on them a little bit.
And somebody said that that it was important to point out that not a single one of these things is backed by Republicans. These anti-American pro-terrorist protests and riots and stuff.
Well,
they're all Democrat organized.
I did see the girl that went viral yesterday that was saying that.
They need to feed us.
But they need to feed us. It's like, hang on, you're running a protest. If you take over a building, you're kind of on your own to get fed.
Feed you a steady diet of a baton.
There was one funny thing I kind of saw. I mean, it's not funny, obviously, but, they're launching things at each other, opposing sides. And then one Columbia student tries to throw one of those city scooters. And it's like, an Ivy League student. So he tries to throw this heavy scooter and it goes about a foot and just plummets in front of him. It's like, okay, know your strength. Right. You're a Columbia undergrad.
If you're going to protest, you've got to understand, have a plan. And that was not a part of the plan.
John Cena. You're not. You're a little slight to be throwing scooters around. So there's more Britney Spears news out circulating. There's this video of her driving through California with a professional driver. She's rambling incoherently, and then she ends up calling her little sister the B word. And it's just another example of whatever Britney is going through on display for the world.
It seems to be a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah. And there were reports out yesterday that she's not losing all her money. She's perfectly fine. So maybe that is true. I hope it is true because she made a lot of money.
Because we're all raised to believe if you've got, say, $10 million, you can spend as much and do whatever you want to do for the rest of your life.
Exactly. So hopefully she's got some money saved up. But those are just a few things that are now trending.
A tragedy has occurred in the mothership market of Charlotte for the Ace and TJ radio family. And this is the type of thing that we do not stand idly by for. We are going to go into action. And we're going to give you some details. And hopefully you'll get involved as we are getting involved to help those in need. Next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin. We're here with our friend Richard Toccato of the Richard Toccato Companies, and he's ready to save you some money, get you some money with an instant equity line of credit. How does that work, Richard?
Best product ever. We take a little bit of your information. We find out if you get an offer or not. If you get an offer, you can decide what you want to do. Get your money 4 days later. Pay off credit cards. Do home improvements.
I've done it. It's super simple. And again, start to finish, 4 days, you get your money. HomeWithRichard.com is where you get the process started. It's HomeWithRichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
Don't just listen to the Ace and TJ Show. Watch it. Now available 24 hours a day on YouTube. Just search for Ace TJ TV. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
There is a tragedy that has occurred in the Ace and TJ radio family. We're very honored that our Ace and TJ show is heard all over the country in different locations. However, the mothership market, as we've always called it, is Charlotte, North Carolina. And national news was made here 2 days ago. Tragic national news was made here 2 days ago. And it's the type of thing that we as an Ace and TJ radio family have never sat still for. And we're certainly not going to do it in this moment. This is the type of thing for which our charity, Peyton's Promise, was created.
Yeah, and what happened was there was a U.S. Marshal Task Force, along with Charlotte Mecklenburg police officers and one Lincoln County sheriff's deputy, I believe, may have even been the sheriff. They were serving a warrant on a guy who they suspected being a felon with guns, which you're not supposed to do. And also evading authorities. And they went to serve the warrant, and he shot at them. And then people from inside the house where he was in the front yard started shooting, according to the reports, leaving 4 of the law enforcement heroes dead and others wounded who were shot. So when this happens, we know that there are families left behind. They always, talk about how many kids they have, and they leave behind a wife, they leave behind a husband, all of these types of things. So we have a charity called Peyton's Promise, and this is what it's set up to do, is when the community needs help, we can jump into action and help. Now, it's not much, but it's something hopefully that will get the ball rolling and get other people involved. We are donating in honor of Peyton's Promise $10,000 to the GoFundMe that is set up by the Back the Blue NC. Back the Blue NC. 100% of the proceeds go to the surviving children and families of the officers and marshals who were killed and injured. So we're going to put a link on our website and all of our social medias. Riggins has that. And, like we said, this is something that is that's always near and dear to our hearts because we're so pro law enforcement and we appreciate them so much. And when they pay the ultimate price, then we need to show our appreciation to their families and help in any way we can. So $10,000 from Peyton's Promise. It's not, even close to making a difference in the loss that they feel emotionally, but hopefully it will solve a problem or two here or there that pops up.
And again, the link to donate is attached, pinned at the top of all of our social media at the Ace TJ Show. If you would like to join in our donation.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Hey, it's Ace, and for a long time, we've told you about Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic, and how phenomenal a job they did helping me with my left wrist. Well, this is Neil. Neil Simler is a member of the Ace and TJ radio family. Neil, you took the free consultation to have them check out your elbow and talk about what happened just when you went for the free consultation.
They were very straightforward and let me know that they weren't going to treat any of my ailments if they weren't 100% sure that they were going to be able to effectively help my issue. And never once were they pushy with trying to get me to spend more money and do, the higher end shots.
Now, 3 months later, how do you feel?
I'm 95% better, if not 100%. It's just been one of the best decisions I've made. Do yourself a favor, get out there as soon as possible.
Set up your free consultation today at acetj.com/neogenics. It's Neogenix. Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic.
The Johnson Group has been cleaning some of Charlotte's most prestigious businesses since 1985. Family owned and operated. Learn more at acetj.com/clean. It's first class cleaning with the Johnson Group.
Live each weekday on your radio, anytime you want, wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
So the Ace and TJ show is sponsored by Richard Toccato, great guy. Homewithrichard.com. He's a mortgage expert, refinancing homes, or refinancing your mortgage, buying your home, buying your second home, opening a home equity line. Richard Toccato can do it all. Homewithrichard.com, or just give him a phone call. You're really going to like him. So there's, I don't know, how many days are we away from Mother's Day? That's in 2 weeks?
May 12th is Mother's Day.
Okay, so pretty soon. It's right around the corner. You guys always like pointing out how much more people spend on Mother's Day than they do on Father's Day. Understandable.
Yep.
If I was a father, I'd be feeling a little slighted around Mother's Day as well.
No, I don't
feel slighted. No, it's just an observation. Yeah. Because I wouldn't want them spending a lot of money on me.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want them going in and don't spend a lot of stuff. Let's just hang out.
I want money. When I become a father, I want money spent on me. I want it equal. Favored nations. So there's this video that's out, this viral video on TikTok from a woman named Miranda Cornelius, which is a very fancy, rich name, isn't it? Miranda Cornelius. And she's got an unpopular opinion regarding Mother's Day.
We need to discuss Mother's Day. Husbands, mother-in-laws, grandparents, we love you. Mother's Day is for the moms in the trenches. Mother's Day is for the moms of the young kids. If she doesn't want to go spend the day at her in-laws, she doesn't have to. If she doesn't want to cook a meal, she doesn't have to. By all means, send your mothers flowers, give them gifts, wish them a happy Mother's Day. They don't get left out, but they have had their time. Mother's Day is for the moms that are in the trenches.
Yeah, that comes up every year.
Oh, does it?
Oh, yeah. Because, the mothers of the little kids go, well, it's my Mother's Day, too. Why do I have to go sit around my mother-in-law's house or my mom's house? It should be my day, too.
I don't disagree necessarily. I mean, every mother deserves to be celebrated on Mother's Day. You don't not celebrate a mom or your mom or whatever the case may be, or your mother-in-law. But I understand. I think what's wrong if why can't grandma come over and if she wants to see everybody, come over and hang out? You know, the mom that's actively doing the work at the moment should be the one that gets the top billing for the day, I think.
Well, I think the fact that anytime you are upset by the way someone is celebrating you or not celebrating you, then as an adult, that's a problem.
Well, I don't disagree with that.
So
but
it's just
if there's going to be a celebration anyway.
It's lazy and disrespectful is what it comes down to say, my Mother's Day needs to be exactly the way I want it and not the way my mom wants it or his mom wants it.
That's an interesting response to that.
You don't want to be with your mom to thank her for what she did raising your No, I'm just kidding about that. But yeah, you should want to be with your mom.
But it's still a lot of work,
I don't know. Once you have kids,
why they always got to
celebrate
count?
with your own.
Why they got to count every move they make and go, I moved more times than you did, so celebrate me.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I think I see both sides of this. But what do you think? Is Mother's Day only for women, quote unquote, in the trenches? I've never heard it phrased like that. But if you have a response at the Ace TJ show, we'll get your answers coming up next.
You know who should not be saying anything?
Who?
The husband.
Maybe just.
He's like, I'm just going, whatever you want to do, babe. We'll just ride it out and see what happens.
This is the Ace and TJ show.
All right, look at us back here again with Richard Toccato and the Richard Toccato Company. You like that, don't you?
Well, it's really Ricardo. I mean.
So we tell you all about Richard all the time about what he can do for you, especially when it comes to this instant equity in your home.
Yeah, the instant equity thing is just awesome. You get an offer. I don't have to hard pull your credit. I don't even need your social security number. It's simple. We make you an offer. You can move it. You can, if you want to get less or you want to do the terms different. It's so easy. It's all electronic. You can close the same day. Get your money 4 days later. We have a lot of listeners calling in, taking care of debt that way. We have people adding, backyard barbecues, whatever they need.
Now, listen to that. You call in, they set it up, your money's there 4 days later. It's all done essentially in one day, and you're just waiting on the cash. It doesn't get any better or any easier than that. And it all starts by going to homewithrichard.com. That's homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
Currents is Lake Norman's #1 lifestyle magazine. Every month, Currents brings you the latest news on what's happening in the Lake Norman area. They've been serving the Lake Norman community for over 13 years. See the latest issue of Currents now at lncurrents.com.
Live each weekday on your radio, anytime you want, wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ Podcast and Radio Show.
It's ugly. It's getting ugly on the Ace and TJ show. Well, specifically on this woman's TikTok. Her name is Miranda Cornelius. She posted a TikTok that's gone viral that says Mother's Day is for the women, the mothers in the trenches. I don't want to have to go to my mother's house or my mother-in-law's house every Mother's Day because I'm a mother too and I'm working hard. I got little kids. So Mother's Day should be a celebration of mothers who are quote unquote in the trenches.
The one who gets to make the decision is the one mom who's actively mothering with little kids or younger kids in the house at the time.
Which I understand.
Yeah.
And I also understand TJ's point going, it's also Mother's Day. It's a holiday. If you're complaining as an adult about people not celebrating you enough, it's a little immature. Yeah. I wouldn't say that because but a lot of people are reacting to it under Miranda's original post, and I just reposted it on our Facebook page. Like Janine, she said, obviously her children are still young and she hasn't realized you're never not in the trenches.
Exactly.
It's just a different trench.
Exactly.
What?
You will forever be a mother, even when they're adults with their own children. I will always and will continue to celebrate my mother, whatever phase of life we're in.
You might forever
it's
be
a different trench.
It might be forever be a mother, but it's a big difference if your kids are grown and have families of their own.
But it ultimately comes down to the mothers in the trenches don't like having to share the spotlight with other women, even if it's their mother or mother-in-law.
Well,
all of them want to wear the queen's crown, and they can't all be queens.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's what this whole kerfuffle is about. It always has been. Who's going to be the most important woman in the room? Yeah. And if I go to my mother-in-law's house or my mom's house, then that's not going to be me. It's going to be, at best, a tie, a three-way tie. So that's why I say it's just like you're not celebrating me the way I want to be celebrated, because I want to be the only victor on Mother's Day.
The queen of my castle.
Yes. The queen of everything.
Queen of all.
Yes.
Shelby said mothers should do what they want on Mother's Day and not what they feel obligated to do. You can drop off a gift or some flowers to grandma and plan something together for another time on another day.
Yeah, who cares about her feelings?
Grandma?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who cares?
So yeah, that was one. But on the original video, people are saying, y'all are forgetting, like, you're going to get older too, and people are going to forget about you at one point. So you're very cocky right now, but imagine what it's going to be like in a couple of years when there's a new set of mothers.
I just don't think they're acting very motherly, because being a mother, a good mother, comes in all ways, not just how well you're running behind the kids and taking care of them. It's part of your heart and your feelings toward others, and showing these kids what kind consideration is of your fellow person, but especially of the other women that they need to be showing respect to.
So you're saying, TJ, by merely posting this or having these thoughts, you're not being very motherly?
Yeah, you're not acting motherly. Because good mothers are not selfish.
Yes, TJ.
Good mothers are not selfish. They're kind and giving.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Okay.
Now trending next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
It's been a debate here for years.
Does great furniture look good?
Or does it feel good?
Does it fit the style of the room good?
Or does it sit good?
Well, after years of debate
and years of research,
We've decided great furniture
Is good fitting?
and good sitting.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and get an Adirondack chair for just $279. In stock and ready to rock only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Create an unforgettable experience with the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com. Weddings, banquets, shows, expos, they do it all at the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com.
If it's trending, it's here now. This is Now Trending with Riggins on the Ace and TJ Show.
So there's some real ugliness as the top trending topics, and the campus stuff we'll get to in just a second, but the real ugliness is that Kendrick Lamar diss against Drake that he dropped yesterday. It's called Euphoria, and if you like Kendrick Lamar, you're going to like this song. Or if you hate Drake, you'll like it. I can't listen to Kendrick Lamar for any extended period.
I can't either.
I
don't get where they say he's so great.
I can't
And
do
I
it.
like West Coast rappers.
Yeah.
But not his style.
Not a crazy fan, but people are reacting to it saying this is the ultimate Drake diss that we've been waiting for.
But I don't have a dog in the hunt here on this one because I don't like Canadians either.
Oh, just full of hate.
Yeah. Dracadian is his name. Right?
Yeah.
He's a Dracadian.
Yeah. So that was ugly. But the obviously the most important topic that's being discussed on the internet today is this, all the arrests that are happening on the campuses of Columbia, UCLA. I mean, it's broken out on dozens of college campuses across the country.
Now you've got clashes between students and police.
Yeah.
You've got clashes between various groups, pro-Palestinian and pro-Israel groups. 100 protesters arrested at Columbia University and City College of New York yesterday. At UCLA, they were throwing fireworks and all. There was physical violence between the two opposing groups. At the University of North Carolina,
if they had allowed law enforcement to go in there and put this down when it should have been put down in the beginning, it wouldn't be doing all these different clashes and all of that stuff.
I would have to agree.
But you got the leaders of these universities and the faculty and all that who want it to happen. They're some of the ones being arrested, and then you got these other, anti-law enforcement people running cities that don't want to go in there and, and put it down like they should.
By far, my favorite thing yesterday, though, was the PhD candidate from Columbia who's gone viral. They've taken over the building, knocked windows out and all that kind of stuff, and she was upset. She said we're in this building and now they won't give us food. And she was mad that they weren't feeding the protesters who had taken over the building and were knocking out the windows. Like, I'm sorry, it's the university's job to feed you after you've taken over their building? Taking some janitors hostage, not letting the janitorial staff even leave the building.
Yeah, but a lot of them, and I don't know about her, but I'm guessing she's being paid.
Probably so.
She's just go out there and say whatever she can say that's just so outlandish.
Yeah, I know even Columbia has said that the people that are fighting are not affiliated with the college, which is leading a lot of people to believe that these are paid, what do they call it,
a lot
aggressors.
of them are.
They're it's just like, the Antifa, showing up all over the country being paid. And it's by the same people, too, that pays them. They're always the same.
It's just crazy. And then one more quick thing. Ryan Gosling showed up at his premiere for The Fall Guy, which is out this week. It's out on Friday. And he showed up as Beavis and Butthead with his co-star Mikey Day. So they're reviving the SNL skit that they did a few years ago. People seem to really like that. That Ryan's having a little bit of fun with it.
That skit's very funny.
Yeah.
It's a very funny skit.
They did a good job. So those are just a few things that are now trending.
This is you,
yeah,
right?
There is a young girl who told her family, I'm hearing monsters in the wall. And it wasn't a monster in the wall. Oh, maybe it might have been better if it was a monster in the wall. Wait till you hear what is still in the wall in this little girl's room. Next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Well, here we are, another new year, and you're, again, going to try to lose that weight you've been needing to lose for a long time. Well, here's what you need. You need Calitrin to help, because Calitrin is not a drug. No, not at all. It is natural and effective. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight and get better sleep. When you buy 3 months supply of Calitrin, you will get 3 months free right now, and consistency is the key with Calitrin. So order it today at acetj.com/weight loss. It's Calitrin.
Meal delivery services are a big thing right now, but Table and Twine is your local meal delivery service. The meals are fresh, not frozen like national chains. Plus, their meals start at just $7.99 a serving. Take back that time in your day, leave the shopping, preparation, and cooking to Table and Twine. Get details at tableandtwine.com. That's tableandtwine.com.
This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
This is the kind of thing that you hear and it freaks you out because it makes you wonder what's in your own house. There was a 3-year-old girl in the great state of North Carolina who told her mom she heard monsters in her bedroom. Mom's like, you don't hear monsters in your bedroom, too. I hear monsters in my bedroom, Mom. Mom's like, let's figure this thing out. So they had an exterminator come in, and the exterminator did an ultrasound of the wall. Well, here's a mom talking about how long they've been into this process, because turns out what they found was 60,000 bees. 60,000 is the estimated number in the walls of this little girl's bedroom.
Today is day 10 of all this bee stuff, and we are finally getting into my daughter's room. There are some bees on the ground. There's just bees everywhere. They're like little landmines because they can still sting you when dead. This is going to be a long process. She hasn't been able to use any of her toys or anything. We're going to have to open up the wall actually to get some of the electric repaired. And yes, I can still hear buzzing going on in the wall.
So they're not all dead yet. It's a long process to keep from having to tear all of the walls out of the room and then go into other rooms, all this kind of stuff. So they have to kill them, because if you just go in tearing and stuff, the bees escape. 60,000 of them.
They said it took the bees like 8 months to build the hive because it was so big.
But wouldn't you hear that? Wouldn't you hear them, all the hammers and saws and stuff
Good
going
point.
on?
And Tech D Rob loves a superhero. Spider-Man is his favorite superhero. But Rob, we give you a brand new superhero. This guy's in New York. He went viral over the weekend if you missed it. He is a Cheeseball Man.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, okay. Cheeseball Man promised to eat an entire tub of cheese balls in the middle of Union Square. Hundreds of people have gathered around this guy when he did it here.
I am allergic to gluten. And today I will be eating this entire jar of cheese balls. Eat those balls. Eat those balls. Eat those balls.
And that's when he finished the last one. It's hundreds of people that have gathered around to watch him do this.
That's pretty cool.
That's what the internet is all about. That's fun.
No one gathers to watch me do this on a Saturday, in my house alone.
Do you go on social media and promote that you're going to be doing it?
I guess not.
Yeah. You got to invite people into your home to watch you do it, Riggins.
Yeah.
It ain't happening then.
It's a fun day, though, eating a whole thing of cheese balls.
They asked him afterwards. He said he was, when he finished the last one, he was being interviewed. He said he was going home to throw up.
Yeah.
He's allergic to gluten.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that what made him such a superhero? Is that he's allergic to gluten and he did it anyway? Is that one of the things that it was the big deal?
I would assume. I don't know.
Because that doesn't kill you, does it? Gluten?
I don't know.
I mean, that's a relatively new thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about the gluten.
I know he's not going home to his extremely hot girlfriend.
No.
I do know that.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
There is a little movie tidbit that I just saw today that is a game changer. When you look back at one of the greatest movies, cartoon movies of all time, when you show it to your kids, you're never, ever, ever going to forget this fact. It will change everything about the movie Shrek for you. Coming up next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Hey, it's Ace, and for a long time, we've told you about Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic, and how phenomenal a job they did helping me with my left wrist. Well, this is Neil. Neil Simler is a member of the Ace and TJ Radio family. Neil, you took the free consultation to have them check out your elbow and talk about what happened just when you went for the free consultation.
They were very straightforward and let me know that they weren't going to treat any of my ailments if they weren't 100% sure that they were going to be able to effectively help my issue. And never once were they pushy with trying to get me to spend more money and do, the higher end shots.
Now, 3 months later, how do you feel?
I'm 95% better, if not 100%. It's just been one of the best decisions I've made. do yourself a favor. Get out there as soon as possible.
Set up your free consultation today at acetj.com/neogenics. It's NEOGENIX. Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic.
If you want all of the heating, air, and electrical work in your house done by the very best, then you need Bradham Brothers. They've been a family business thriving for over 50 years, and that means they're doing something right. Go to Bradham Brothers.
Don't just listen to the Ace and TJ Show. Watch it. Now available 24 hours a day on YouTube. Just search for Ace TJ TV. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
It's been 23 years since Shrek hit theaters. 23 years. Great movie. Massive success. One of those movies that as you become an adult, you show to your children, sharing in it. They love it just as much. You know, the story of Shrek and Donkey. But there is a disturbing detail that most people don't catch, but thanks to a YouTuber named Ivan Mars, a.k.a. the movie detective of the internet, this video has gone viral that is going to haunt your nightmares. In the beginning of Shrek, you see a bear family in cages after being captured by Lord Farquaad, captured by his soldiers. Then later, you see Papa Bear and Baby Bear at Shrek's swamp crying. You just see Papa Bear and Baby Bear. You do not see Mama Bear. Well, here's the creepy part.
Yeah.
There's a scene in Lord Farquaad's castle where you see a bear rug that looks exactly like Mama Bear.
Yeah.
Pink bow and all. Did you know this already, Riggins?
Yeah.
I did not know this.
It's pretty prominent scene. Like that's how they display it. And
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It might not have clicked like when I was a little kid, but when you watch it later, you go, oh, yeah. That's
It had
Mama.
never clicked with me and watched it. I saw it this morning. It was like, oh, that's a game changer. Because now you can't help but watch that part if you watch that movie. Because I know someday we'll watch the movie Shrek with Dax, and it'll be like, yep, there it is. It's dead Mama Bear right there.
Yeah, and are people actually getting upset by this because of the death of a cartoon bear?
No,
are they saying, I can't believe this?
That is wild.
Never support anything from them again.
Yeah, no,
Why would they put this in a children's movie?
Yeah, one of those weird, like, oh, what's
like a Easter egg? Is that what they used to call those things?
Yeah, Easter egg.
But and then there's one other movie note today that I just find funny because it can't be true. I just can't imagine that this is true. But there's a story going around about The Rock, and I can't imagine it's true. Not because The Rock is a wrestler and the biggest movie star on the planet, but because adults just don't do this in front of other adults. I can't imagine this scenario. They say The Rock is in production on a Christmas action movie called Red One for Amazon, and that he's late a lot, and that their budget has ballooned by $50 million because he's so late. Supposedly, he can be up to 8 hours late on any given day, but then he tries to save time because when they're shooting, rather than go to the restroom, he urinates in water bottles and then just hands them to his assistants, and the assistant has to take it off and dispose of it.
I want this to be true so bad.
I believe it 100%.
So he just in front of everybody is like, hang on, before we reset, I got to pee real quick. And then he just pees in a water bottle in front of everybody, just hands it, turns his back to everybody, or what?
They say that his chronic lateness has also caused a little bit of a rift between him and Ryan Reynolds. Co-star Ryan Reynolds.
Now, to be fair, Amazon is denying this. And Amazon says The Rock and his production company are, quote, incredible partners, end quote, on this movie, which comes out in November. So let's don't say, I mean, what are they going to say? That they're
right. No, we saw him peeing in those bottles. You're right.
The Rock's
we
got to
saw
go
it.
to the bathroom.
He also did number 2 in a can, a coffee can.
Signed Jeff Bezos.
Yeah. So one of the traditional Mother's Day festivities is taking mom out to dinner. Mom wants to go out to dinner, but it may not be with you. Details next.
Live on your radio and anytime you want us, wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Our friend, the world famous Richard Toccato is here with us. And thank you so much for reaching out to Richard. He's telling us all the time about how many listeners are reaching out and saying, hey, show me about that refi. Let's do some stuff like that. That's the way you put it, though. Show me about that refi.
What you got about that refi? So the cool thing is Ace has said, we have a lot of options, and we have I'm doing refinances for people. We have people down in Greenville, North Carolina. We have them all at the beach at South Carolina. We have them in Charlotte. And the main thing is to refinance, make their finances better, take the stress of every month. If I save them $700 a month, $800 a month, it's a big deal for them.
Yeah, it's a real big deal. $700 a month. That's fantastic. And again, we've talked about this before. Richard's a broker. That's how he gets more options than a bank. He can do more. Just go to homewithrichard.com to get started. Homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
When it comes to buying or selling a house, there are all kinds of people that can help you do that, but not like the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty. They are so much more than just real estate salespeople. Find out by going to acetj.com/Temple team.
Live each weekday on your radio, anytime you want, wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Most important thing of the day that you can know from the Ace and TJ show is this fact. Earlier this morning, we made the announcement that through our charity, Peyton's Promise, we are donating $10,000 today to the GoFundMe that has been started for the families of the 4 officers who were killed on the U.S. Marshal Task Force here in the mothership market of Charlotte the other day while attempting to serve a warrant. Now, that's so important, not because we're donating $10,000, which wouldn't be possible without you supporting our charity, Peyton's Promise, but because if you would also like to donate and support, we have linked to this GoFundMe on all of our social media. It's the top of every piece of social media that we have. At the Ace TJ Show is how you find it if you're not familiar with our social media. So we invite you to go and join us in supporting the families of the CMPD officers and U.S. Marshals who lost their lives in the line of duty this week in Charlotte. So again, all of our social media, it's right at the top. And thank you if you've donated to Peyton's Promise, because that's what helps provide the $10,000 that Peyton's Promise is donating today to this particular GoFundMe. Mother's Day is May 12th, and everybody takes mom out to eat for Mother's Day. But does mom want to go out to eat with you? According to a new study, 31% of moms would prefer to dine out with friends. 21% would consider a date night without the kids, and 10% even say they'd love their Mother's Day meal to be just all by themselves. Mother's Day is the #1 busiest day for restaurants. It was last year. And the second biggest day was the Saturday before Mother's Day. So that weekend, the 2 biggest days for restaurants in the year.
I say a mom who wants to spend Mother's Day by herself is probably cheating. She probably has a boyfriend or something that she's going to meet or talk to or do something with. She needs that alone time, using Mother's Day as an excuse.
What if mom wants to get
that's what she says,
a hotel room for the night?
Well, she's getting a hotel for her and her boyfriend.
Oh, okay. How about that, mom?
Yep.
Happy Mother's Day.
There's no mom that wants to be alone on Mother's Day. You want to be with your family or your boyfriend.
You're saying a real mom wants to spend the day with her family. Yep. Other moms still want to be with somebody else, like their boyfriend.
Mm-hmm. No exceptions.
No exceptions. Okay. Well, just be aware. But
they're up to no good is basically what I'm saying.
Well. And of note, if you are going out with your mom or the mother of your children for Mother's Day to eat, over a quarter of the women surveyed said their ideal Mother's Day experience involves no phones or tablets at the table. No phones or tablets.
Except for hers.
Yeah. Unless it's keeping that baby quiet. Riggins and Now Trending coming up next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
They say there are only two things certain in life: sweet deals at Sweet Dreams and taxes.
And only one of those is certain this month.
Which one?
The sweet deals at Sweet Dreams.
What about the taxes?
No sales tax the entire month of April at Sweet Dreams.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And don't call me Shirley.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and pay no sales tax during the month of April. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
If it's trending, it's here now. This is Now Trending with Riggins on the Ace and TJ Show.
So the biggest story in the country right now are the protests that are happening on college campuses across the country. Everyone's seen the videos, but it seems that overnight things have escalated. Opposing protesting sides are now battling it out, shooting fireworks at each other, throwing umbrellas and lumber. I saw it was in there, pieces of lumber at each other, ripping down signs. But I think if there's a positive that comes out of it is that video from Chapel Hill in North Carolina, where those guys are trying to protect the American flag from being torn off the flagpole. I thought that was nice to see.
Yeah, good for them.
Yeah, but that is what's happening around the country at the moment. Columbia, UCLA, NYU.
Yeah, the difference is now you're getting students against students.
Right.
As opposed to, like, Columbia, it's police going in and breaking this thing up. But in UCLA and at UNC, Chapel Hill, it's opposing student groups beginning to fight.
It's just crazy. So that is the top trending topic at the moment. Let me see here. Domino's is doing something kind of cool. They understand that tipping culture is now out of control. If you watch the internet, that's what everybody says. Tipping culture out of control. So they're actually going to reward you for tipping your delivery driver. If you tip your delivery driver from Domino's more than $3, they're going to send you a digital coupon for $3 off your next order. I think that's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, and who tips less than $3 on a delivery anymore? Probably no one. So it's a good little way to get people to come back and enjoy more Domino's by rewarding you for tipping. That's a good idea. Ace and TJ made a big donation this morning via Peyton's Promise to the fallen officers and U.S. Marshals that were killed in the line of duty in Charlotte this week. So if you'd like to make a donation yourself, just head over to our social media at The Ace TJ Show and donate for yourself. So those are a few things that are now trending.
All right, there is a husband who has a big secret that he's been keeping from his wife, and now he has no idea how to tell her and come clean about this secret. So we will let you help and remedy this situation coming up next.
Live on your radio and anytime you want us, wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ Podcast and Radio Show.
Our friend, the world famous Richard Toccato is here with us. And thank you so much for reaching out to Richard. He's telling us all the time about how many listeners are reaching out and saying, hey, show me about that refi, and let's do some stuff like that. That's the way you put it, though. Show me about that refi.
Show me about that refi.
What you got about that refi? The cool thing is Ace has said, we have a lot of options, and we have, I'm doing refinances for people. We have people down in Greenville, North Carolina. We have them all, at the beach at South Carolina. We have them in Charlotte. And the main thing is to refinance, make their finances better, take the stress of every month. If I save them $700 a month, $800 a month, it's a big deal for them.
Yeah, it's a real big deal. $700 a month. That's fantastic. And again, we've talked about this before. Richard's a broker. That's how he gets more options than a bank. He can do more. Just go to homewithrichard.com to get started. Homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months, 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
Don't just listen to the Ace and TJ Show. Watch it. Now available 24 hours a day on YouTube. Just search for Ace TJ TV. This is the Ace and TJ Podcast and Radio Show.
I saw a story on the internet the other day where this guy, he's a husband, has a little bit of a dilemma in his marriage. He says he's been married for 17 years and he's been doing something deceiving his wife for a while now. He says they have a lot of disagreements and they argue. She's intense and intelligent and very intimidating, so he always backs down. So what he did was he went over to another town and rented an apartment. And he'll say, hey, I'm going to visit my family, or I'm going to this person, visit my mom or whatever. And then he'll just go to that apartment, sit around and watch sports, read, just relax and get away from some of the turmoil, is what he says.
Okay.
He doesn't know how to tell her.
Why does he feel the need to tell her? He just wants to come clean
Yeah,
now?
he's feeling guilty about it and all that. They have separate money, so she doesn't see, because he said that was her choice to have separate bank accounts and all of that, so she doesn't see that he's spending money on rent and asking any questions.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you have separate money. So you to spend things differently. So, I mean, sorry.
What's the harm in just telling her, look, I've really got, a while back, I got fed up with, the fact that you don't listen to me or whatever, and I feel put down, and I just needed some peace and quiet, so I went and did this. Just wanted you to know.
Do you think he's up to no good? If you knew a guy who'd been married 17 years and he said, I have a secret apartment in another town.
Yes, of course you would think he's up to no good, but I don't know. But if he's telling the story.
Yeah. Well, I switched the sexes on that. It's a woman. Who's saying that she's got a secret apartment from her husband in another town.
Did anybody think she was up to no good? Or surely they do.
Yeah. Probably not.
Yeah.
No.
Aha!
Yeah, you
got
see?
you.
Yeah,
he's just made life unbearable for her, and she has to go off somewhere to get some peace of mind.
I get it. I don't care what sex you are. That's a great idea. Just to have for both. If you can both use it, even better.
You're right. It would be a bad idea for couples to just have a little cheap apartment each one can go to every now and then.
Yeah,
but
you're driving me crazy.
I didn't automatically think she was up to no good when I read that. But if it were a guy, most people would go, "Oh, he's got it. He's trying to do something wrong."
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah. So that was a fun little experiment. All right, if you're on the Bumble, there's something new for you. We'll get into that coming up next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Hey, it's Ace, and for a long time, we've told you about Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic, and how phenomenal a job they did helping me with my left wrist. Well, this is Neil. Neil Simler's a member of the Ace and TJ Radio family. Neil, you took the free consultation to have them check out your elbow and talk about what happened just when you went for the free consultation.
They were very straightforward and let me know that they weren't going to treat any of my ailments if they weren't 100% sure that they were going to be able to effectively help my issue, and never once were they pushy with trying to get me to spend more money and do the higher end shots.
Now 3 months later, how do you feel?
I'm 95% better, if not 100%. It's just been one of the best decisions I've made. Do yourself a favor, get out there as soon as possible.
Set up your free consultation today at acetj.com/neogenics. It's Neogenix. Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic.
This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
It seems like there are different dating apps every day now. There are new ones. What's the most popular one now? It used to be Tinder for a while, and then before that it was what is the one with the creepy old guys? You find your soulmate.
Is that Match?
No.
Which one was that?
But whatever. Bumble, I hear people talking about a lot now, and that's the one where the women have to choose. Like Bumble and Hinge are the ones that I hear.
Yeah.
I hear on the social medias and stuff. Bumble is the one that the women have to initiate the talking, right? The matching.
Yeah.
Well, they're changing the dating app and giving women the option of inviting men to initiate the conversation. They just use a prompt that they can send out if you want the other person to make the opening move. Something like, "What do you like about my profile? You can make it anything you want."
Prompts are a good idea, though.
What do you like about my profile? Do what?
Prompts are great ideas, though.
Yeah.
Especially for younger people. It's a great idea.
But the woman makes the determination if she wants to opt into that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so she still is in control of deciding. She decides if she wants to let people hit on her first. Or
How do the lesbian couples do it on there? Because if the woman has to make the first move, but they're both women, so they're able to make the first move, I guess, right?
You know what? That's a good question.
So it seems like it would be a lot easier.
Yeah.
Maybe you have
For
to
them?
say whether you're masculine or feminine. Maybe they require that information.
Well, don't you have to put a picture up there?
I guess.
You can tell that by the picture.
I really don't want to say anything else right now.
I mean, you can tell so much about a person just by looking at their profile picture.
Yeah.
You can tell whether they're icky or not.
True. Very true.
Yeah.
Or they look like they stink. You know, because people who stink look like they stink. You know.
Okay.
But if two men were trying to hook up on Bumble, they'd never get together.
Yeah, that'd be the
can you
tough
do
one
that?
because if you can't make the first move.
Yeah, if guys can't make the first move.
It
I don't even know if they allow that.
No, it does. It's in same gender matches, either one of them can make the first move.
Okay. They always have that kind of, easier access on things like that. They can just do, hey, I can make a move. He can make a move. They hook up so much faster, it's not even fair. They got the advantage.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
All right, look at us back here again with Richard Toccato and the Richard Toccato Companies. You like that, don't you?
Well, it's really Ricardo. I mean.
So we tell you all about Richard all the time about what he can do for you, especially when it comes to this instant equity in your home.
Yeah, the instant equity thing is just awesome. You get an offer. I don't have to hard pull your credit. I don't even need your social security number. It's simple. We make you an offer. You can move. You can, if you want to get less or you want to do the terms different. It's so easy. It's all electronic. You can close the same day. Get your money 4 days later. We have a lot of listeners calling in and taking care of debt that way. We have people adding, backyard barbecues, whatever they need.
Now, listen to that. You call in, they set it up, your money's there 4 days later. It's all done essentially in one day, and you're just waiting on the cash. It doesn't get any better or any easier than that. And it all starts by going to homewithrichard.com. That's homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
Available when you want it, how you want it. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
If you go to our website, acetj.com, or any of our social medias, you will see a link to a GoFundMe page that it was started by Back the Blue NC. And we made a donation earlier this morning of $10,000 from our charity Peyton's Promise. And thanks to everybody who's donated to Peyton's Promise for just such a thing. And it's going to the families of the U.S. Marshals and the CMPD officers who were shot and or killed in the ambush attack, serving a warrant the other day. So please go do whatever you can. Just donate whatever you can to help us out with that. We really appreciate it, and their families will appreciate it. And then, first and foremost, keep all of them, as well as every one of our police officers and agents and everything, in your prayers. They really need it. They're demonized all over the place now, and for them to still continue to put on that uniform every day and risk their lives, because they're the only thing that stands between us and anarchy. And, being treated the way they are by society and politicians and all today, for them to still be willing to do what they do is unbelievable, and it shows what extraordinary people they are. Now, I know there are some bad ones, just like in anything else, but the vast, vast majority of them we should be thanking God for every day. And this is just a small token of what we can do to help the families try to get back on their feet after the devastating loss that they're experiencing now. So acetj.com or on all of our social medias, there is a link there, and 100% of the proceeds will go to surviving children and families of those who were shot and killed the other day in that serving of the warrant. Okay, thank you.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Hey, radio family, we've got a new way to win. Ace TJ Prime Rewards. Win great stuff like gift cards, Ace and TJ merch, concert tickets, and exclusive money can't buy experiences. Win it all with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. It's so easy. Download the Ace and TJ Family app in your app store or at acetj.com/app and start winning with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. New winners every week. Fun and free. Get the app and play Ace TJ Prime Rewards. We always knew you were a winner. Now it's your chance to prove it. Get the app today.